The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, has announced a reorganization of the Nigerian Mobile Police Force. This move includes the withdrawal of personnel from unauthorized deployments and the introduction of regular quarterly training. Egbetokun gave the directive during a meeting with Squadron Commanders of the Police Mobile Force in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, saying that the reforms are aimed at strengthening internal security and enhancing the operational readiness of the force. Joining me to discuss these developments are Special Advisor to the Plateau State Governor on Security, Brigadier General Gakji Shipi, retired, and Security Analyst Chidi Omeje. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the news. I know we're talking security generally across Nigeria, including what is going on in Plateau State, Benue, and other parts of North Central. I'll start with you, Brigadier Generals. What is the Plateau State government doing to combat the insecurity and killings and to ease tensions in the state?
Thank you very much for that question. Well, the state government is doing quite a lot. First and foremost, the first intervention is to make sure we get enough of security personnel on the ground. And in that regard, His Excellency was able to reach out to the security chiefs in Abuja, who gladly obliged us with a lot of support. From the military to the Inspector General of Police, they rallied around to make sure that they gave us enough men and equipment on the ground to ease tension and restore confidence in the populace. Then from the side of the government, we've tried within these few days to reach out to some key stakeholders to discuss with them, the possibilities of getting things back on track and moving in the right direction again. And those meetings have yielded very fruitful results. And with time, we hope to implement some of the decisions that or suggestions that were reached in those meetings. Those are some of the things that we've done in these few days to make sure that we restore normalcy and confidence of our people, in government.
All right, I'm going to stay with you, Brigadier General. The President, in an earlier statement on the killings in Plateau, had urged the governor to summon the necessary political will to resolve the crisis, though he did say he had discussions many times on this subject matter and made suggestions to the governor. So my question would be, what is the governor's response to this call? Is he choosing not to apply the suggestions made by the presidency on how to resolve the crisis?
Well, first and foremost, I think I want to state that Mr. President has been very, very supportive of the Plateau State government in these regards. Right from the beginning, he has always given my governor a listening ear. He has always called for briefings from the governor, and he has always given us that support. And I think his call on the governor shouldn't be taken as literally as it was made. I think what he meant was that, was just a sign not to discourage the governor so that the governor will not give up even in the face of the daunting challenges. Because as of now, the governor is in the forefront. He has done all he needs to do to encourage everybody concerned to take their task seriously. Since this government came on board, it's a record that for the first time in the history of the state, logistic support to security agencies have been on point. We have made attempts to get equipment, support in terms of equipment to the security forces. There's nothing they have asked to do that the governor has shown any weakness towards. So I think he has shown the political will. He has shown the leadership that is expected of him to get things going. So I think the president really meant that the governor shouldn't get weary of all the challenges that have come his way. So I don't think it was meant to be an indictment in any way.
All right, I want to come to you, Mr. Omeje, from an analyst perspective. The president's statement, the Brigadier General is saying that perhaps he was misunderstood in contest. Some have also argued that the president sort of looks bad, shifting the bulk to the governor. What's your assessment of that statement? Is it being misunderstood?
I think the statement, by the way, thank you for having me. I think the statement from the Mr. President is not ambiguous. But then again, I wouldn't want to see it as a shift in blame or shift in responsibility. The responsibility, of ensuring security, in any part of the country rests solely on the Commander-in-Chief. But then again, we know that this is a federation, and so every the federating unit has a role to play to at least to make sure that you're able to, be on one page with the federal forces. So I think what the president is saying is that we must look beyond the symptoms. The symptoms is what is manifesting. We must look at the root causes. So I think we need to sit back and do what we call root cause analysis to be able to understand the issues that issues behind this recurring security crisis on the plateau, not just plateau, Benue, of course we know about the northeast and the entire country. We should be able to understand exactly what is causing these things. It's only when you are able to identify the root cause that you'll be able to apply, a long-lasting, sustainable solution that will deal with the problem. Because if your target is just to deal with the symptoms, you discover that you keep working on that because you are not cutting off the root. So I think the essence, I think what the president is talking about is the governor is on ground. He should be able to know exactly what the issues are. That's why he's the chief security officer of the state.
All right.
He has okay.
Yeah, sorry to just cut you off like that, but we're time constraints. I wanted to see if I can get your thoughts more on still talking security. The president has been away for a while, and there's been a lot of clamor, oh, come back, come back. Now he is back, and we understand he will be having a meeting with security chiefs on the security situation in the country. This will not be the first time the president is meeting with security chiefs. What should be different about this one? What should we look out for if you were to chair that meeting? How should it go for this security situation to begin to seem as if some action is being taken?
Yeah, I think the meeting is actually very important. If I were the president, I'll be totally embarrassed by what is happening. You know why? No country can, experience any meaningful development in the atmosphere of this kind of, insecurity that is ravaging the country. Now that he's back, because it was actually, shocking that the president had to be out there, outside the country, why things are going awry right here in the States. So, but now that he's back, I think that such meetings should address about 3 things that I should suggest. First of all, is for the president to reiterate the importance, the need for the partnership, the collaboration, the synergy between and among the military, the security, the intelligence and response agencies. They must work in one accord to be able to have a commonality of purpose. That way, there will be there will not be any disparity or any kind of cross-purpose work. So that's very important. Secondly, the president needs to re-emphasize the importance of community efforts. Grassroots intelligence can be resolved by people passing information. Are you hearing me?
Okay, Mr. Omeje, the network is not letting us get what you're saying. Just hold on to your just hold on to your thought for a second. We'll come back to you to finish. I know you're on the second submission you would have at that meeting. Now, quickly, Brigadier General, what kind of support would be most valuable from the federal government at this time? I know you've said the federal government has been supporting the work in Plateau State. Add to that a message you would like to use this opportunity to share with Plateau residents, considering the tension we can feel even from afar.
So if I got you right, you want me to address two issues now. The support we want from the federal government, and then a message to the Plateau people. Is that what you're asking?
Sir, could you say that again?
I was trying to get your questions right. Did you ask two questions?
Okay, I'm just asking what specific support would be most valuable from the federal government at this time for Plateau. You already told us that the federal government is supporting, and I also wanted to find out the message you will use this opportunity to share with Plateau residents, considering the amount of tension we all know is among the residents there in Plateau.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Basically, like it's been mentioned, the instruments of power rest with the federal government. And so there's no doubt that the first thing we want in Plateau State is to have more of such support in the state. We'd like to have more boots on the ground. We'd like to have more equipment on the ground that will help us to cover every inch, if possible, of the state. Plateau State is quite wide and the terrain is very difficult. So sometimes to cover it, we'll need a lot of men on the ground, or we'll need a lot of equipment. So we can get all of that support from the government, and of course, underline all of those issues. Some sort.
All right, your words to the residents.
And again, like you said, also with the coming of the president, I'm sure that is a green signal to us that things will move a little bit faster. So that should be an assurance to the people of Plateau State, to the president on the ground, that whatever we wish to, whatever we need to do, whatever areas we need support with, we'll be able to, get them faster. We'll be able to put our request across faster, and we'll be able to get decisions taken on the matters on the ground faster.
All right. I'm sorry. Mr. Omeje, quickly your thoughts to conclude. You were setting agenda. You're on the second. Okay, you were speaking, I was asking if you were to be part of that meeting, what are some of the issues you would want to be in the fore, how they should go about? You were you were speaking on the second point you would like to be in that meeting.
Yes, I was emphasizing on the need for community engagement, integrating the community, the grassroots into all the efforts. Because the issues we have on the plateau and even in the Benue State and a number of other places, can be easily resolved, or rather can be dealt with much more effectively through information passing. Because there's no better way you can get information other than the people around on the ground. So if you are able to integrate them, make them have that sense of belonging, sense of participation, that will go a whole deal. So I expect the president, or rather that particular meeting, to emphasize the issue of community engagement. Then of course the need for to enhance the welfare issues for the security on ground. They need to be motivated, they need to be supported, they need to be provided with all the combat enablers that they need to prosecute this job. So because that is the best way we can go. And more importantly, if you have more time, is the need for us to make sure that we involve the police more. I like the fact that I hear that the IG of police had withdrawn mobile policemen from the VIP protection. It's very important, because it does appear that the military has been the entire job has been given to the military. But it shouldn't be the case. military should be able to, they should be supported by the policemen. At least if the military is able to, dominate a particular environment and then probably deal with the situation, then maybe the police should be able to be on ground to hold ground so that the military can move on. But this idea of, the military must be at everywhere we have crisis, we deploy the military, they are overstretched. Thankfully, they're not overwhelmed, but if you keep overstretching them, time will come when they'll be overwhelmed. And that would be a disaster for us. So that's the essence of having a police is to complement the military. This idea of having, our 60% of Nigerian police force deployed to VIP protection and then in some areas doesn't make any sense.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you very much.